that this is a historical event. This would be the first time ever that a sitting Gamanche would join us in the UK to celebrate Homowo. And to put it in context, we've been doing this since 2010. And so I'm sure most people are excited, and I am incredibly excited for this to be happening at this time. What's going to happen? So Homowo itself kicks off on the 26th of October. We are going to have the event at the old Greenwich Town Hall, which is Borough Hall in Greenwich. It's a very popular landmark. It's a 500 plus capacity. And so we expect to be at capacity and overflow in anticipation of His Majesty's attendance. We expect the team to arrive by the 24th of October, where we will have a team on standby to receive His Majesty and everybody else that he's coming with. On the 26th, we'll celebrate Homowo, and we tend to replicate what happens in Ghana as much as possible in terms of tradition, in terms of culture. But Homowo, according to His Majesty's mission, is assuming a more purposeful approach. So normally we celebrate Homowo, and it's a telling of the story of our sojourn from what I believe to be Egypt, the Exodus, the famine, and hooting at hunger. But we want to align it to a purpose. And for the first time, under the leadership of His Majesty, what we're doing is aligning it to the Sustainable Development Goal 2, which is ending hunger. And this is where the UN comes in. We're working closely with UNESCO to ensure that we can align it to the Sustainable Development Goal 2 and have an approach where we initiate projects to help alleviate hunger in Ghana and also work with the UK government in that regard. And so assuming a purpose means that we expand the scope of Homowo. It's no longer just a cultural celebration. It's going to be a celebration that has an identity. We also want to tell the world that Ghana does not have a homogeneous cultural identity. Often when we hear of festivals, it has one dimension, and that's okay because we're all Ghanaians. But we want to tell the story of Homowo in a way that resonates to people, the spirituality of it, the tradition of it, but also the purpose of it. And that's why we're organizing this event. Additionally, we would be hosting other fringe events in honor of His Majesty. On the 27th, which is the day after Homowo, there would be a GaDangme Fellowship Church service, Thanksgiving Church service, and His Majesty will be the special guest of honor at that event. And then on the 29th of October, we are hosting a business forum at the UK House of Lords. Now, again, this is history. This would be the first time that a sitting Gamanche has entered the House of Lords, but also to facilitate a business forum and engage in inviting inward investment to the Ga state. We want to tell the Ga story in a positive way. And so we'll have the weight of UK big business and the weight of Ghanaian big business who would attend. And we have 5 key areas within which we want to target. On the 3rd of November, we would be hosting the Christian Council UK will be hosting a national Thanksgiving service in His Majesty's honor. Again, we expect a really good turnout, and that includes denominations Christian denominations across the UK, both Ghanaian and internationally. We would also, on the 7th of November, be hosting, we would also host a Ngowala, the Saturday after the Homowo. That would be the 2nd. Ngowala brings together the GaDangme community in the UK to interact with His Majesty, and the chiefs and Queen Mothers will be attending his entire retinue. So we'll do that. And on the 5th of November, we are going to host a private reception for about 150 people in the UK Parliament, so the House of Commons. The Lords is, separate from the Commons, so we'll be hosting a private reception in UK Parliament on behalf of His Majesty. He would have the opportunity to interact with the Ghanaian community leadership and also African leadership, and hopefully some good outcomes will arise out of that interaction.